Trash Talk Radio, Part 2. Check 1, 2. All right, there we go. All right, this is the second hour of the show, almost hour, 45-minute segment. And yeah, it looks like everything's working. Yep, okay. Twitch is up. Make sure everything else is up. So, yeah. It's here, back here, and there we go. I don't know why it does that. Have to check it out. Okay, that's it. So I see we are back up. All right. All right. Hopefully we won't have much more of that. I don't know how long it went down. I just know that I looked up and everybody was frozen. Looks like Ashley's head's been cut off again. Fix her head. The doctor.
Oh
I
yeah.
play one on TV. Let's see. Yeah, your head. It's just a little bit. Oh, what happened there? All right. Oh, lost. I lost us. All right. Up again. I think.
Comcast, you stop.
No, it's not Comcast.
Okay.
Can't blame them. Like to blame them.
The snow stuff.
Yeah, that's
This is weird because I can't even turn the stream on.
going there.
We're not going. All right, let's go. Usually don't have to restart twice that quickly. All right. Come on. Hey, everything back again. Trash Talk Radio, Part 3. Just when you thought it was safe. I don't know. Here we go. Now, hopefully, it won't need to start again. And play audio is here. All right. Oh, we're not getting sound. Well, maybe you are. Check. 2. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
What?
Can you hear me now?
Oh.
What?
Well, I hope it's not echoing. That's the only thing. All right. I think I got everything back. All right. Sorry for that. That was the dangers of delay, systems crashing, and all that fun stuff. Hopefully, it won't do it again. Never know.
Well, how many times did you do it last week?
3.
Okay.
So it's on its 3rd now, so it can't do it again, no matter what. So, all right, here we go. I wonder if those people were really there. That's okay. We did get our same chat room back,
Good.
so that's good. Now try not to touch anything that'll cause it to crash again.
We're not touching the computers.
Yeah, well, I would say that you probably weren't,
Put your hands in the
just like I don't care.
air.
All right. Okay.
Or come out with your hands up.
All right. I'm going to try something different this time.
Uh-oh.
Well, I have 3 screens now. I usually have 2. So now I can put one screen that has my notes and another screen that doesn't. So I can run full screen over there. So, Ashley hi, Ashley. I'm glad you could join us.
I'm glad I could join you too.
I didn't know it was falling apart. I need another drink. There we go. Ugh. All right. Where should we start? What?
I don't know. I think we should start at the beginning.
I rarely do that. I bounce around. I usually jump around. I have all kinds of stuff set up. Where's my RIP? Oh, here it is.
It went.
All right. We got 2 people that died this week.
Are they on the list?
They are not.
Okay.
No.
First one, David Olney. You know who David Olney is?
Heard the name.
I didn't know who he was. He is a singer, songwriter. He died at 71, and after falling silent and dropping his head in the midst of a performance at the Songwriters Festival in Florida. That's a weird way to die.
Yeah.
Some news reports he collapsed on stage, but it isn't quite true. Others simply became still on his stool, and audience members and even musicians beside him thought he was taking a pause before they realized what happened. So I really don't know anything about him. I think he's country, so I don't know much about him. But he is one person that died. Actually, why do I think he was country?
I don't know.
I think I saw a video.
Can I put him on my list?
He's
Sure,
already
but you don't
gone.
get points because it's too late.
Oh.
The other person that died, I saw him many times when I was a child, and I really enjoyed watching him perform. He is The Rock's father,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky Johnson. And boy, there's a lot of articles here about The Rock's father. I watched him when he was a tag team partner with Tony Atlas, and he was one of the first guys I ever saw do a drop kick as high as he got. And now everybody does them real high, but he had a great drop kick, and it was awesome to see him in the ring. When The Rock, let's see, I saw him in 75-ish. The Rock debuted in 2000, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I just really kind of thought, why is he having a son that late in life? Because, he was in his probably mid 30s in the 70s. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, but here it says here, Rocky Johnson being laid to rest. Thanks, The Rock. Thanks, rapper, for Twitter tribute. Dwayne Johnson said, appreciate those bars and about my pops, Rocky Johnson. First black tag team champs. I'm a believer. He made us believe. Thank you, brother DJ. And, that was that had to be cool to get acknowledgement from him. The guy did that rap for that, but I remember him as a good wrestler. But the '70s, it was a whole different style than what's out there today. Uh, Somebody would do a drop kick as a finisher back then,
Right.
and he especially had that super high kick, which was, like I said, not too many people did them like that. A lot of guys did drop kicks to the chest. He did a drop kick to the head, and so that was considered.
Could you do that?
When I was 21, maybe. Not now, but he was down, and he always kept in such good shape. I know that he had some problems towards the mid of his life, where he split up with his wife and all that stuff. But he had gotten in trouble. I want to say he was in some kind of alcoholic state or
Ooh.
drug state towards the end of not towards the end of his life, towards midlife, and caused a lot of problems. When The Rock became famous, he took care of his dad. So that's good to know. Anyway, just really a lot of articles about him, and it was just kind of interesting to see that the guy. He was, how old was he? He was like
70, maybe.
Oh, was he? Oh, for some reason I thought he was older. Guess we can. Here. So, as you can see, he was pretty stacked. He wasn't a tall man though. But we saw him at some of the Legend conventions, and yeah, it was just kind of sad to see him go.
Well, I read somewhere it was due to a blood clot.
Was it? Okay. Well, it says here in 2019 we lost a number of public figures. Toni Morrison, Peter Fonda, Rutger Hauer, and Doris Day. The start of the decade's already been bad with Derek Acorah, Rocky Johnson, and Stephen Clemens. They missed the drummer.
Yeah.
Neil Peart. Was it Neil Peart that
Mhm.
died? So from Rush, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange. I never heard of Derek Acorah. You could have put the drummer in there. I didn't know who Stephen Clemens was either, so I think they should have put the drummer in there. But anyway, I just wanted to bring up that he thought he was definitely for the time ahead of his time, and him and Tony Atlas were the first black tag team to take the titles, the WWF titles. I think, pretty sure.
Yeah, I want to say we need Captain Dave here. He'd tell us.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. So I wanted to, at least bring that up and just kind of give his dad tribute. Then we got a lot of stuff to talk about in entertainment.
We're probably going to scoot out of here about 9. I know I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
All right, so anything I want to do that I wanted you guys here for, I'll have to make sure that I do them. Robert Downey's movie.
Too little?
Yeah, did little. Too little, did little. They had a budget of $175 million.
Wow.
And boy, oh boy, they really tanked really bad.
That's because everybody is probably comparing it to Eddie Murphy when he did the Dr. Doodle.
I don't know that. I think that Eddie Murphy modernized it, and he didn't. And he had that horrible Welsh accent for the whole way through it too. And I would have never given up Iron Man to do that. I mean, I realize he did that because he wanted to pursue something different. But I think that was
Hey,
just
if it's his money he wasted, it's okay.
a big piece of it was. I mean, like he was one of the producers, so. But it says here, some say Robert Downey Jr. Sabotaged the movie.
Ooh.
So it says here, Doolittle doesn't do much for the critics. Did Robert Downey Jr. deliberately put on bad acting to bring down this movie? I don't know why he would do that. There's no way I would be convinced that he would do that on purpose because he had a big piece of that. But it says here reviews for the fantasy adventure film about the guy who's liberal animal whisperer, and the reviews are not good. But exactly what is wrong with the movie? It says here, for one thing, there's no shortage of bad jokes. That part I like. I like the bad jokes. What should have been an all-lifted adventure quickly curdles into an awful one thanks to a pediatrician, pedestrian formula and the filmmaker's fixation on fart jokes. I don't think that was the problem with the film. The problem with the film was that it just wasn't a good movie. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was okay, but it wasn't great. It was not Iron Man. It wasn't a real big action movie.
Well, here was the thing that, I mean, I liked it, but I'm like you, it wasn't great.
Right.
And I think that's because I was comparing him to Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are.
Well, I think that was a better script for a comedy. And it was supposed to, I would guess it was supposed to be a comedy. The problem is I don't think that it worked with the time frame. There was something missing about that movie. And I don't know what it is. I just was not impressed with that movie. Because I've seen him in a lot of movies, and that was just not my favorite movie. It just not my favorite one of his, and some say he may want to do another Iron Man movie. I don't know. It says why he has a Welsh accent. I don't know, but it was a horrible accent in my eyes. I thought the squirrel did a better job of acting than most of them. I just don't know. Let's see here. He says here, during our conversation with Joe Rogan, Morton Downey Jr. offered a bit of background information about how he prepared for his performance. The actor told him he drew inspiration from a 19th century Welsh doctor named William Prince. See, none of us really care about that stuff. I thought the accent was horrible. And I thought the accent really took away from the movie. That might be one of the things I don't know. That may have been one of the things I didn't like about the show. I don't know. There was a couple things that just didn't sit with me, and that I thought it was an okay movie, but I don't know. There was something I picked up on that there was something in the movie or in the hold on. This one's for Trish.
Uh-oh.
So, what kind of net worth do you think Dog the Bounty Hunter has? He's been on TV.
Yeah.
He's been a big star.
I love him too.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think his net worth is?
I'm going to say probably about $3 million.
$3 million?
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I mean, that's respectable. I mean, for a bounty hunter, what do you think?
I mean, he lives in Hawaii, and he has a place in Colorado. And he just buried his wife.
Yeah, I'd say maybe about 5 million, but because I think he has more than just those two places. I thought.
You have 5 million and
Yeah.
3 million. Would you be surprised if I told you he was broke?
What?
What?
In the wake of Beth Chapman's death, the The bounty hunter says he's expressed his grief, but what he hasn't told the fans or reporters is about another challenge that he's facing. He's broke.
No.
Yes.
Ain't no way.
Well, it's possible because, I mean, you see that stuff on TV, but you think first off, his show's off the air.
Yeah, it's only on rerun.
And here's the other point.
Yeah, but then they just aired something about with him.
Says the outlet points out that in addition to finding himself without a TV contract, the 66-year-old reality star has 12 children, 11 grandchildren, and 2 great-great-grandchildren. Not great-great, 2 great-grandchildren. Many of whom Dog is presumably helping to support. On top of the medical bills that piled up with Beth having cancer, and chances are he didn't have insurance. And the way the bounty hunter works in general, Dog is struggling to figure out his next move. He's extremely lonely. See, there you go. There's your guy. You could have a bounty hunter.
I would take that.
Yeah. It says, I mean, didn't he have another? He had a show called Beth and
Dog and Beth on the hunt.
And he had Dog the Bounty Hunter.
And they just did one recently that showed about Beth. Yeah.
Well,
but think about it. I mean, he goes after these guys that jump bail, and he has to write off the expenses if he has to, go across state line to find them, or, when he goes out looking, he doesn't go very rarely with less than 3 other people.
And keep in mind that if he doesn't have a contract, they're not footing the bill. Like I'm going to do something on Pawn Stars in a couple weeks. Pawn Stars, do you know how much, say, Chum Lee makes for an episode of Pawn Stars? $40,000.
What?
An episode.
Oh, you said Pawn Stars. I thought you said Porn Stars.
Well, Porn Stars probably make the same. But still.
Sorry, it's lack of sleep.
So.
Well, we know where her mind is.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's broke.
Yeah, okay.
I have another article on him that's also.
I could sit and binge watch him for an hour. Oh, wait, I have.
Dog the Bounty Hunter's alum Justin Bahag was arrested for alleged probation violation. So there's another story of Dog the Bounty Hunter, but it's one of his guys.
That doesn't surprise me coming from him.
Says a family friend of Dog who has appeared on Dog the Bounty Hunter in the past was arrested in Colorado on Sunday. The report claimed he was arrested in connection with violation of probation for domestic violence. So he called Dog his uncle.
Yeah, everybody called. It was always Uncle Dog and Aunt Beth.
Okay. Well, he's the son of Moon Angel, who's the woman rumored to be Dog's new girlfriend and recently engaged in nasty. Yeah. And recently engaged in nasty social media feud with Dog's daughter, Lisa.
Okay. I know in some of the episodes of Dog the Bounty Hunter that I've watched, Moon would travel, like she would go out on hunts with Beth when Dog didn't want to go. She would take Moon and go. I mean, they were like really close friends.
Well, Justin's the son of Moon.
Yeah.
So that's what I was told anyway. That's what I found about that.
I mean, as cool as it would be to have Dog the Bounty Hunter show up at my door, I don't know that I would be okay if that were the actual reason he came to my house.
Well, I would imagine that would not be the one reason that you would want.
I did see an episode though where the woman's taking pictures. She's crying because he's taking her husband away, but she has to get pictures, and he goes, "I'm taking your husband away, and you seriously want pictures?"
Yep.
I mean, he was like, "I don't get this."
Yeah.
But some of his tactics too, like are really, really good. Like the little kids talking to the little kids, getting them to say something. You know, hey,
Very
do you see this?
motivational.
Did you see this? Yeah.
It doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah, when the others are trying to lie.
This is what you want. Whoop, not that. That's not what you want. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Skip ads. There we go.
Hold it.
Here you go.
What is it?
It's a
Water bike.
water bike.
Water exercise bike or whatever.
Look at that.
You
How
said
about that?
word that I'm allergic to, so you can't say that anymore.
What would you get if you locked
That looks like
Lance
fun to me.
Armstrong,
That
Michael
E
Phelps,
word.
and Elon Musk into a room? You might get something like
You didn't
this.
get it.
No, I
We're
got
taking
it.
a break from the show floor at CES 2020
That
to
actually
come out to
does look
Henderson,
fun.
Nevada.
It just
Take a look at
Came
this.
out.
This is the Manta 5 hydrofoiler. Basically a motorized e-bike that you can ride out onto the water.
now you knew what this was before it came up on the screen. Have you heard of it?
Me? What?
Yeah. Did you know what this was before?
What? A water exercise bike?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you just guessed?
Yeah.
Good guess.
Just, I mean, if you look at it, it looks like one of those exercise bikes that you have at the gym or
That's
anywhere.
what it is.
Wait a minute. Have you
Exactly.
been inside a gym?
I have.
I've driven by them.
Also called.
I'm an
It's also called the weight room at Bodigo Area High School.
Yeah, well, that's
They have them in there too.
Anyway, this thing's pretty cool.
But yes, I've also been inside of Planet Fitness.
I would
Hydrofoiler
do that.
XE1 can be launched from a dock or with the foils
Well,
already
but-
submerged.
I knew there was a but.
Did you look and see how much?
No.
Guess?
7,500.
You cheat.
You said, did you look? So I looked.
This is pretty cool.
All right, up and going here. Getting up's not hard. Turning.
Nope, I'll just wait till the end of the month.
But I'm getting the hang of it. Gonna try not to
The end of the month for what?
keep it going here.
My work is opening up a new fitness
Because
center
it's an e-bike,
just
once the
right
pedals are
across the
turning,
parking
the
lot from
variable
my building.
assist electric motor kicks in. It's capable of generating up to 460 watts
And
of
they're going to
power
have their
to
open
drive
house
the
the end of the
propeller,
month,
giving the bike a top speed
They're
of
gonna
13 miles
have
an hour.
massages, and you can go there and work out. So depending on how much it is, I actually might work that into
The
my
XE
daily
has an
routine.
aluminum frame, just like
That'd
my
be
road
smart.
bike back home. But the three foils are made of carbon
see.
fiber, which provide buoyancy.
I just think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it looks like fun.
So-
Would be it. Well, okay, that no.
What?
What?
What picture? What?
No, that just shows how tired I am.
What do you
The
mean?
picture that he had up there, my mind just went where it shouldn't have.
What picture?
The one he's showing right now.
I guess I'm
What?
guessing she's looking at this part.
Oh. Well, she was just thinking about porn stars.
I guess.
Okay, Mom. I gotta run home with you, oh brother.
You
Somebody
can walk.
help.
What?
You're more than welcome to walk. I mean, I won't stop you from walking.
I think I got some friends I could get a hold of. Hey, can you take me home?
Anyway, Rebel Wilson,
Oh yeah, I heard.
she
about
lost
her.
weight, a lot of weight. And she did it the old-fashioned way.
The way it's supposed to be done,
How's that?
very carefully, by eating right and exercising and.
I think there's something to be said for this. 2020 is going to be the year of health.
I can see that.
So I'll tell you what, she just from what she's been doing, she looks pretty good. I always liked her anyway,
Oh yeah.
but because of the Cats movie, she decided that she was going to better herself. but she already looks good. I mean, I thought she. There you go. There's what she looks like now.
Oh, nice.
So that's I guess she's got to be in her late 30s, I would think now. So.
I thought we checked that out once.
Oh, I'm already on you, Mom. I got you.
So 2 weeks ago, Wilson took her personal Instagram account to proclaim that 2020 would be to focus her health by exercising and drinking more water and improving her diet.
1980, so she's 9 years older than me, so she'd be
almost 40.
40,
okay.
Yeah. March 2nd, 1980.
All right. Well, I think she definitely got a good start. I mean, I don't see that belly and stuff that she had. I don't know how long she's been doing it.
You just like her accent.
No, that accent's. You know, at one time I used to think I liked the Southern accent until I dated a Southern girl. After a while, it becomes annoying. Just tell her.
Do I know her?
No.
Okay, then.
I dated her in the 90s.
Well, I didn't know you then, so we're good.
So, I don't know. She looks good, I think. So I hope she continues to get healthy. Let's see here. So I do have to change something to make this smoother. I need to put this over there and that over here, because I'm not going to need to change.
I don't have that thing where
What
you
thing?
can see my screen.
I do.
I have it. Do you have something to contribute?
Remember what we were talking, what I showed you, and you asked me if...
Oh, it's not working. Here it is. Here it is. Let me see if I can reset it.
I'm Lenny.
I know. Install another one.
Yeah, because I used
You
to
have
have it
you
right
have the
down.
thing on, right?
No, I don't have it. That's what I'm telling you.
We reset the.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you have to go to vmix.com and download it, or it might be in the. Actually, go to here. Nope. Here.
That's where you said.
No, I didn't. I put my finger on this, and then go to downloads. Should be in there. Look for vmix or NDI. That would be it. Just get the red one with the thing there, pin it. Has that thing come up since we reset it?
No.
Okay, that's good. Just hit yes, goes through and installs it. And then just I'll have it. It'll come up in my.
Okay.
It's up. Okay.
Okay.
So now just pin it to the thing there. So I can bring it up anytime. Let's see. Ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead.
I happened to see this on Facebook, I think it was, where if you're making tortillas, you know to use a rolling pin. Well, this woman didn't. She was using a dildo. How could you not know the difference? Yes.
She probably thought it was a battery operated one.
Or maybe she thought she lived in the bush. Oh. God. Sorry.
You should be sorry for that. That's horrible.
I was thinking of the show The Alaskan Bush People that I'm binging now. I mean...
That's horrible. Mike, can I move in here, please?
What's that?
So can I move in here? I don't know if I can stand her anymore.
Oh man.
I don't know that I
Anyone?
could eat a tortilla knowing that it was rolled out using a dildo. Mm-mm. It just doesn't. No,
What if it was a vibrator?
nope, couldn't do that either. I'd get to shake.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, when I saw that, I sent it to you. I was thinking, oh my goodness.
that's I'm not sure if it's worse than it is real. All right. There's a couple other things I had here for you guys. Sometimes I'd like to be a giant tortoise.
Why?
Galapagos giant tortoise has so much sex, he retires after saving his species.
This coming from Mr. Celibate. Yeah, no.
Hey, I don't necessarily want to be celibate. I just am. But, that's a horrible life he has to lead to save his species by having sex all. He's not even getting paid for it. I think it's funny. It says here, a giant tortoise estimated to be about 130 years old is returning home after having so much sex he saved his species. Diego, part of the I can't say that Chelonotus budensis species, lives on the Galapagos Islands of Hispaniola, and was one of the tortoise. Oh, why do you say that?
Because this isn't moving.
Yeah, but
We're moving over here. On mine.
But why are we back? Why do we have that up here? Huh. Oh, we have that because you brought that up, and I still have the other. I didn't change the. Okay. There we go. You went and put the chat room up, and then it echoed it. Okay. Anyway, yeah, he was one of the tortoise brought to the U.S. between 1928 and 1933, and was placed into the Charles Darwin Research Station for protection after the species was declared critically endangered in the 1960s. So he's been having sex since 1928.
Wow.
So he
I'd
saved.
hate to see the child support he'd have to pay
Ooh,
if he were a human.
who knows if he had to or not? He may have to. That's pretty funny. If you think about it. It's a tough life he had to live. He had to save his species.
Wow.
I don't know if you knew about this. Was from last week. I didn't get to do this story. The couple got married in the Philippines while a volcano erupted in the background.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
here they are. There's their wedding ceremony, and there's the volcano going off in the background. That has got to be. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I'll tell you what. I wouldn't necessarily want to.
That could be a whole new meaning to shotgun wedding.
couple in
Except
the
that's not really a shotgun.
Couple in the Philippines went ahead with their wedding Sunday, so despite the eruption of a volcano spewing ash into the sky behind them. Chino and Kat Volfler were tying the knot at the venue 10 miles from the Thai volcano when the wedding photographer Randolph Evan captured dramatic shots of the couple with the ash plume seemingly overhead. So the volcano was about 37 miles south of Manila on the island of Luzon, and it erupted in the afternoon, forcing residents to evacuate. So there you go. That's an explosion that happened before the wedding.
Well, why not? Because, I mean, you see a lot of people nowadays, they want to put fireworks off, so maybe that was their version of fireworks.
I mean, you think, take a look at that picture. That's one of their wedding pictures. So where else are you going to get a picture like that?
True.
You can actually say you did it at a world famous place. So I just found that interesting. What do you think of an antique store that has these signs for sale?
Swimming pool?
Nope, nope.
Oh.
I need to read the rest of it. I need to scroll it down. Public swimming pool, white only.
Is it a white swimming pool?
For white people only.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's part of our history, though.
I know.
And not only that, that was one of several signs that were white only signs, like drinking fountain signs and stuff like that. Should they be allowed to sell them?
No.
Says here another sign, colored seated in rear. We serve colored carry out only. And then those were all signs that they had gotten from. They were real signs. They weren't made.
Right.
They were just signs that were made. Hey, Jonathan Kelly, say nice to see you. And there's Amy Sue. So I mean, they're part of history. So there's some of the other signs. So I mean, it's technically not illegal, but
yeah, but we put that behind us.
But it's if someone has a historical thing, do we just pretend that didn't happen? I am in agreement with you, but what do you do about it? You can't tell them they can't sell it.
It is what it is.
I wish I had a black person on this staff because I'd like to know their opinion of it. You know, we're obviously not wanting to have that. I wouldn't have it in my store, but obviously somebody thinks it's okay to sell it. So
I will be right back.
Okay, I'll be left front. Let's see here. There was this happened locally. A pickup was passing a plow truck, and they got flipped because they got hit by the plow when they went to pass them. You know, there's something that I wouldn't want to do if a guy's plowing. I'm not going to go past him. I prefer to be behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy, he went and drove right past him, and he ended up getting caught by the clipped by the plow, and he flipped the whole truck over. So that's his own fault, and that's stupidity on his part. So not real smart.
I know we had a crash outside of my work the other day.
Oh.
Another tractor trailer and car.
Wow.
This time it wasn't as bad, but it still was obviously not good.
Yeah. Generally, that doesn't have for a good situation.
Like the car this time, it wasn't completely totaled, and the person was able to walk and get out of the car, versus the other one where the other one wasn't able to.
Well, hey, look, McDonald's coupons. I'll take those. Buddy needs those.
I don't think Buddy needs them. Bring him cheeseburgers anyways.
Yeah, he's a spoiled dog. I guess I'll pass that until next week. Let's see. So, here's I'll wait till after. I can use that later. Oh, this is interesting. San Antonio spends more than $300,000 to prevent Chick-fil-A from opening its restaurant at the airport.
Oh, wow.
You know why?
No.
Any idea why? Why would they keep Chick-fil-A from being at the airport?
I have no
It's
idea.
similar to the sign thing we talked about,
Oh, because it's Christian based?
sort of. But what do they do at Chick-fil-A that is bad for people? They don't hate blacks. They hate
All the
LGBT. It says here the San Antonio, Texas City Council spent more than $315,000 in legal fees to keep Chick-fil-A out of its airport. It was due to, it says here, Chick-fil-A was due to open a restaurant, and City Council blocked the opening due to the fast food chain's legacy of anti-LGBTQ behavior. So that'll teach them.
I think we should play a trick on my mom.
What? Now you're going to walk over here. We'll have all this dead air because of what we're going to do. What is it that we're going to do? Oh, okay. Oh, man. I pity the fool that does that. I pity the fool that takes a chair. But anyway, that's why the Chick-fil-A should not be in the airport. But again, it comes down to if you know that about Chick-fil-A and you support Chick-fil-A anyway, that's on you. Okay.
Very well.
So female to male, you said?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I know some female to males and I know some male to females. And the female to males, I don't know if I ever mentioned this on the air or not, but they grow facial hair and stuff. There's no way you can tell that they were a male. And actually, I saw an interview with the female to male that was in all the newspapers and all the news sources. I think it was North Carolina. He wanted to use the male locker rooms and bathrooms. They blocked him from using it, and he kept suing the school and was in court with them for a long time until I think he just graduated this year or next year or something like that. And so that takes a lot of guts to take on the world like that, and I say kudos to him.
Hi. I hope you don't jump in my grave that fast.
No.
I think I'd want someone to jump in my grave. That way I don't have to go in it.
I was gonna say you've been replaced.
Yeah,
Are you going or?
Yeah.
You're going. Okay. Well, then I guess you're not jumping in there for long.
It was fun.
Yeah, the whole 3 minutes. All right. Well, I'm on my own now, so I guess I'll continue. I work too. I just work different than you do. So, the last hour is by myself, though. Oh, see. Oh, I've done it before. It's not as fun, but I've done it before. He doesn't talk much. And when he does, he barks. All right. Back to the grind here. Let's see. I've got a lot of stuff anyway. I got a lot of Tesla stuff and CES stuff. And I'm going to talk about boot camp. It's one of my things on my agenda, as long as the computer doesn't break down again. Hoping that it doesn't. So, let's see. So we'll make some adjustments, and hopefully this will make it smoother. Let's move this over here. And this. over here. And where'd it go? Lost it. All right. Then we'll move this over here. So I think we're ready to go. And hopefully, if everything stays working. So she leaves. All right. Next story. All right. Gotta look here, see what order I'm doing things in. Here we go. Senseless violence. 5 shot at a Colorado apartment complex, and a manhunt is underway. This is actually from last week. I didn't get to do it. 5 people were shot in an apartment complex in Colorado. Manhunt's underway for the gunman. 3 of those wounded in the rampage last Saturday night were juveniles over the age of 16, and 2 of them were females. All parties were transported to the hospital and receiving treatment, and 5 total victims, all in serious condition. Says interim police chief Vanessa Wilson said officers responding to 911 arrived 90 seconds. That's a pretty quick thing. Okay. And it says here that they have their resources, but I'll tell you what, that's scary to think about, that 5 people were shot in that apartment complex. It says 12 shot, 5 dead in a single-day shooting in Baltimore. Man, I just can't. I don't know what's going on with the world where we have all these people getting shot. Too many people. But at least only 5 dead. Only 5 dead. I don't know. Baltimore's had a lot of shootings, though, lately. Seems kind of strange to see that, but I see Heidi Lee. Welcome back to the show. But shootings seem to be happening on a fairly regular basis. I mean, this is only January, and we're already talking about a bunch of shootings. Man held up, let's see here. Oh, this was weird. It says here, Florida robber blows up ATM, makes off with a haul of cash in a string of machine explosions. So that's to be really strange that you're blowing up a whole ATM. Can't imagine that being a good thing for the ATM machines, unless they figured out how to not to blow up the money. But from the pictures of it, looks like, did some serious damage. So the robbery unfolded between Saturday and Sunday, and says here that somebody painted the lenses of the surveillance cameras black before the explosion ripped the ATM apart, exposing the interior. So they must have known the composure or the things that where they could blow it up, that it wouldn't affect the money. Sheriff's offices released photos of the scene, the ATM debris in the street, without saying what might have triggered the explosion. It says here, deputies have yet to determine how much money was stolen. I don't know how much money they keep in those things, but it has to be a fair amount, I guess. It says in a string of cash machine explosions. I wonder how many explosions. Let's see if it says here. The incident was similar to 2 other cases that happened somewhere in Hillsborough and Pinellas counties. So I guess we're talking about 3 different times that they did it. But do you figure if they keep $100,000, I don't know how much money they keep in them, but say $100,000, that's $300,000 in a short period of time that somebody made. So kind of weird. Think of better way to. I mean, I would imagine that they catch those guys, they're gonna get some time for that. But anyway, let's see here. Then, this other thing was really kind of. This was a good thing. This is awesome. This guy here, Texas church shooting hero, receives a Medal of Courage from the governor, Greg Abbott. This guy was a hero because he went in there. He was guarding the church, and a gunman went into the church and decided he was going to kill people. And the guy that was hired to protect the church shot him down with one shot. So let me see if I can get this to come up and play. Or not. Let's see here. Turn that off. I think that's really cool that this guy actually did the job, and he did it with one bullet, but he got the guy and saved the church. So you got to think that's
Governor Greg
good.
Abbott presented the governor's Medal of Courage to Jack Wilson, the man who shot and killed the shooter inside a Fort Worth area church.
CBS Austin's Christian Flores was at that ceremony today. He joined us live. Christian, this was an emotional day.
Well, you could see the raw emotion on the faces of Wilson and his family, as well as the church's minister who was also there today. Now, in the week since the shooting, Wilson has pushed back against being called a hero. He did so once again today, instead preferring the title protector. Now, both Abbott and Wilson began their remarks by honoring Tony Wallace and Rich White, the two men killed by shooter Keith Kinnanen. The shooting happened on December 29th, and within 6 seconds, Wilson shot and killed Kinnanen. Wilson was an armed security guard for the church, and he and other gun rights supporters praised the law passed by Texas lawmakers removing restrictions from gun license holders to carry inside a church as why lives were saved that day.
I feel very honored that God allowed me to have that capability to do what needed to be done at that particular time.
So many lives were saved because of Jack Wilson's quick action, his calmness under pressure, and above all else, his courage and his willingness to risk his own life to save the lives of others.
Senate Bill 535 is the law that was passed last legislative session, being credited for saving lives. However, gun control advocates say that they are pushing for red flag laws and guns being kept out of the hands of people like Kinnanen. Tonight at 6, you will hear from Wilson and one state lawmaker on their thoughts on red flag laws. Reporting live from the Capitol, Christian Flores, CBS Austin.
All right. So that was kind of cool because this guy saved a lot of lives. So I noticed the stream seems to have locked up again. So I'm going to start the stream over. So hang tight there, and I will do it as quick as I can. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm getting this more and more often. So I'm going to have to get with tech support. Time I need it. Trash Talk Radio. Last segment. So here we go. Hopefully, this will be the last time. Oh, what happened there? Didn't work. Why didn't it work? Let's see. No longer valid. Well, that sucks. It's not letting me do anything. Seems that Facebook knocked me off. So that's weird. Said too many attempts. Facebook setting. All right. And stream. Okay. Maybe it was still running. I don't know. See if it works again. If not, it might be done early. Let's go. All right. Start. Hopefully it works. Ah, now I'm back. All right. Seems that this thing's getting real pain in the butt. Keeps making me start the stream over again. And it pretends I didn't do what I had to do. Anyway, all right. Running into the last little segment here. Hopefully that'll be the last time I have to do it. Let's see. There we go. It's not as fun when I'm by myself. But anyway. So, let's see what else we got. Got to have some more good stuff. All right. It's over here. All right. So the last thing was the guy that saved the church. And let's see. All right. This is a post that was on Facebook. It says she gets a dollar. I'm going to pull this up on Facebook. And it says this girl gets a dollar for every time someone puts a like on Facebook. And it's not true. She does not get a dollar for every time. Here it is. She gets a dollar for every kidney transplant. Yeah. For a kidney transplant, every time it's shared on Facebook. That's not true. And if you look at Snopes, Snopes says that's not the case. And it says here it's not part of a situation like that. So it's weird that people on Facebook put weird posts like that all the time. You know, the everlasting one about a military man for every time he gets a like or whatever it is. People will do anything to get attention with those things. But it's a shame. It's a shame those are out there. But those people are out there. Those people want to get the most likes and all that. They don't seem to pay attention. So, this is a weird article. It was about the Amish. It says the Amish keep to themselves and they're hiding a horrifying secret. And it talks about this woman talks about as a child. She says as a child, Sadie was carefully shielded from outside influences, never allowed to watch TV, listen to pop music, or get her learner's permit. Instead, she attended a one-room Amish schoolhouse, rode a horse and buggy to church, and she was supposed to be humbled, disciplined, and godly, and all that stuff. By the age of 9, she'd been raped by one of her older brothers. By 12, she had been abused by her father, Abner, a chiropractor who penetrated his fingers on the same table where he saw patients, telling her he was flipping her uterus to make sure her fertility. By 14, three more brothers had raped her, and she was being attacked in the hayloft or in her own bed multiple times a week. She would roll over afterwards, ashamed and confused. The sisters who shared Sadie's room, even her bed, never woke up, and if they did, never said anything. Although some later confided that they were being raped too. This is the same world that supposedly, very pure and wouldn't want anything happening to their kids because they shielded them from society. And, there was no love or support. We didn't feel that we had any where to go or say anything. So she didn't. Even on the day the police showed up on her doorstep and questioned the 12-year-old Sadie about Sadie's father about her alleged abuse of his daughters, even on the day, almost 2 years later, Abner was sentenced to a circuit court judge to 5 years probation. So even on the day when at 14, when she was cornered in the pantry by one of her brothers and raped on the sink, she felt a gush and then saw blood running down her leg and cleaned up alone while he walked away, and gingerly placed her underwear in a bucket of cold water before going back to her chores. It's amazing to me that those things go on. We would always think that they won't even have electricity or whatever in their house because of the influence of the outside world. Yet inside their world, it's pretty dark. So it says over the past years, I've interviewed 36 Amish people, in addition to law enforcement, judges, attorneys, outreach workers, and scholars, learned that sexual abuse in their communities in an open secret spanning generations. Victims told me stories of inappropriate touching, groping, fondling, exposure to genitals, digital penetration, coerced oral sex, anal sex, rape, and all at the hands of their own family members, neighbors, and church leaders. Amish number approximately 342,000 people in North America, and are dispersed among rural states like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, New York, Michigan, and Wisconsin. According to the Youth Center for Anabaptist and Pietrist Studies at Elizabethtown College, a leading authority of Amish life, because of their high birth rate and because of few members leave, one of the fastest growing religious groups in America, lacking one centralized leader. They live in local congregations and church districts made up of 20 to 40 families. So I've identified 52 cases of Amish child sexual assault cases in 7 states over the past 2 decades. This number doesn't begin to capture the full picture. Virtually every Amish victim I spoke to, mostly women, but several men, told me that they were dissuaded by their family members and church leaders from reporting their abuse to the police and had been conditioned to not seek outside help. Or as Sadie put it, she knew she'd just be mocked or blamed. Some victims were intimidated and threatened with excommunication, and their stories were described by widespread, decentralized cover-up as child sexual abuse by Amish clergy. It's scary to think that that stuff happens in all communities like that, but they're not alone. So I really feel for them. I don't know that the best way that something could be handled, but that's just it's just amazing that they are getting away with it because they're their own community, and they keep to themselves, and nobody wants to say the truth. So it's a really horrible article about uh, the life that they're leading, and just really sad. Looking for a link for this. See if I have this. I guess I don't. See, I guess I do have this. Let's see, this, put this. Facebook, also put it on Twitter, so that people know that this is out there. I just would be horrified if I was part of that community and found out what was going on. So there we go. It's so weird to think a community like that would have that kind of abuse, but there's no way that we would know that because we're not exposed to their lifestyle. But that is the case of Sadie anyway. A dentist was filmed extracting a tooth while on a hoverboard. He was found guilty on 46 counts. I can't imagine why a dentist would be on a hoverboard. And I don't know that there's any legality there. I guess there is, but I wouldn't know why he would want to do that. It says a dentist in Anchorage, Alaska, has been convicted of dozens of charges after he was filmed extracting a patient's tooth as he stood on a hoverboard. Seth Lockhart was convicted of 46 felony and misdemeanor counts in Anchorage Superior Court. I guess you're not allowed to be on a hoverboard while you're doing that. And it's really funny. There was a 5-week bench trial, and the evidence was overwhelming. A lawsuit in the state by the state in 2017 charged Lockhart with unlawful dental acts, saying his patient care did not meet professional standards. And it says here, performed dental extraction procedure on sedated patient while riding a hoverboard. Why would you film that? I mean, how stupid are you? If you're going to get away with something like that, you would imagine that they wouldn't want to film it. I guess it's what of the matter, like, why did criminals go out there and film or show people the stuff that they stole? Because in the same situation, you're going to end up, unfortunately, going to jail in his case. But to me, that's so weird to think that anybody would do that. But I guess there are people that would do that because he did. Just too weird. I guess that's all my crimes for this week. I don't have a lot of crimes to do this week. But I had a lot of other stuff. Let's see. I did some scam stuff last week, and I wanted to do scams again this week. And I figured this is a good way to start.
If you shop on Amazon, you can use Wikibay. It's a browser extension that
not a
automatically
scam.
compares Amazon's prices with other.
Hold on. Skip ads. All right.
It is not new, but these scammers are always coming up with new techniques to try and trick people and keep ahead of them. So today we're going to go over 5 different internet scams, and most of these are pretty new that you might not have heard of before, so it should be pretty interesting. You'll be able to avoid these in the future. All right, now first up, we have a new variation on the common Windows tech support scam. So usually you know that these people will call you up, they'll call random numbers, and assuming that most people have Windows computers, they'll say, oh, we're from Microsoft, or we're from Windows, and say that you have a virus on your computer, whatever, and we're going to help you fix it. And of course, they install some sort of virus on your computer that allows them to control it, take all your info, and all that sort of thing. The idea is not new, but there is one new technique that was actually discovered by a YouTuber, Kitboga.
That's the guy I follow. That guy is so cool. He goes on just about every day, and you can learn a lot of stuff about scams from him.
So this is how it goes. Basically, they call you up, they give you the whole spiel, like I said before, oh, your computer's on fire, whatever, we'll fix it for you. And then they eventually get you to download some software, LogMeIn Rescue, which in itself is not a malicious program. It's legitimate in that tech support people can use it to remote in your computer and fix things. But what happens is these scammers will tell you to go to a website. And the website is actually a real Microsoft website, which is support.microsoft.com/help. And it can't look like a more legitimate website URL. I mean, if you had someone on the phone saying you're from Microsoft and they're telling you to go to this URL, you'd probably believe them. And the thing is that this is an actual page that Microsoft will use as part of their tech support. And this is just like an agreement page, which then goes to the next step, which actually allows you to connect to them. But what happens is this agreement page doesn't really discriminate between whether you're going to be connecting to a Microsoft employee or some random person who is hosting a LogMeIn Rescue session. So what happens is after you click the accept button on this page, it'll have you enter a code. And this is a code that the scammer will provide to you because, like I said, they're hosting a connection, which the software will give them a code for the client to connect to. And then what will happen is that client or the scamee, as you will, the victim, will put that in, and then that will cause their logman software to connect to whoever has that code, whether it's a Microsoft employee or not. And in this case, it is the scammer. So these people are putting this code in thinking, oh, this is going to connect me to Microsoft, when really it's not necessarily true. In this case, it's connecting them to the scammer, but they think they're safe because it's on the Microsoft page. And what's really devious about this is even if the person is really suspicious, they're like, I don't know if this is really Microsoft. Once they get directed to an actual Microsoft website, they're thinking, oh, well, it must be legitimate. So to avoid this scam, all you really have to know is that, first of all, Microsoft is never going to just call you out of the blue saying that your computer has a virus. They don't monitor any of that. They're certainly not going to call from Windows. And even if you bought a computer from like Dell or HP or whatever, they are not going to be monitoring your computer for viruses. They don't just call people up. That's on you. So unless you specifically call into Microsoft yourself using an official number on Microsoft's website, and maybe then if they tell you to go to that page, then it's probably legitimate. But if someone calls out of the blue that you were not expecting and telling you to do all this stuff, it's a scam. All right.
And the other thing about that is that they'll get on your computer and try to get you to log in to your bank, and they'll offer you a refund because say Microsoft is not going to give support for this anymore, so they're going to give you your money back, money that you never paid, by the way, and everybody wants free money. And instead of that happening, what they do is once you're logged into your account, keep in mind they're logged onto your computer. They'll distract you with BS or whatever it is, and they'll end up taking money from your savings account and putting it into your checking account. Where that sounds pretty innocent, what they do is they say they took the money and gave you a refund from their account, and you'll look in your checking account, you'll see that it's higher than it was, so somehow you got more money in that account, but you won't even think to look at the savings account, and then they accidentally give you, quote unquote, an overpayment. So instead of $299.99, it'll be $2,999.99. And then they demand a refund, in which they try to get you to buy gift cards because Microsoft needs gift cards to pay their employees. And they tell you not to tell anybody, and I'll lose my job if they find out. This and that. Just a long thing that happens. So it's really sad that they have to go out of their way to rip people off. So I think my system up again. Oh, all right.
Up next, we have a scam where the general idea is not new, but they're always coming up with new techniques, obviously, and that is overpayment scam. And the overall outline of the scam is that for whatever reason, the scammer will get you to accept payment for something. And this will be for a lot of different reasons. We can give examples in a minute, but basically, they will pay you some amount, and it will be more than the amount that you two agreed on. And they'll say, oh my gosh, we paid you too much. Can you just send the difference back? So maybe they'll send you a check for $5,000 when they only intended to send you $500 or whatever, and they'll say, oh, can you send us $4,500 back via wire transfer or something like that? And of course, after you send the money back, then the bank will realize that it was either a fake check or a stolen credit card or whatever, and then they will deduct the full $5,000 from you. So then not only is the $5,000 from the check deducted, but whatever you also sent them as reimbursement is also gone, so you might be down a ton of money. will deduct it, and then they. You might also be selling something online, like a couch or whatever, and they'll say, "Oh, we'll send payment ahead of time," and then same deal goes. They send you too much, they ask for the difference. You get the idea. Another common way they'll do this is, again, for whatever reason, they'll be having an excuse to pay you for something, and then they'll send you the money, but instead of saying, "Oh, we sent you too much, can you send it back?" they'll say, "Oh, by the way, can you just forward the rest of this money to my friend or whatever? I'm outside the United States and I can't send my friend money who really needs money. Can you just take my deposit and then send the rest to them?" And the result is the same. You forward this money to the friend, which is actually them, and they take the money. Or also, as part of another fake job scam, is they'll pay you a fake check to go buy supplies, but then the supplies are something that they tell you to buy specifically, which is like their product. So it might be some, BS online. They're saying, "Oh, yeah, we need you to go and buy all this product for our company. We'll give you the money to do it," instead of them just buying it directly, which would make way more sense. They have these new employees buy all the product, and of course, the money's gone after that. So I think you get the idea. Just be careful of these online payments where they either send you too much or they want you to send a different amount to other people. It might be a scam. Okay, we're up to number 3, and this is also a relatively brand new scam of 2017. And these are Twitter cryptocurrency scammers, but they might appear on other social media websites as well. Basically, what happens is a scammer will create all these different fake profiles meant to Anyway, here he is literally tweeting about how he doesn't want to do giveaways because it would legitimize and confuse people about scammers out there doing fake giveaways. So here he is saying, "Yeah, I don't want to do giveaways," and then a scammer fake account literally replies, "Yet today only, this once, we'll hold one just for you." And you would see this even in cases of the people saying, "I never do a giveaway. You will never see me offer a giveaway." And then literally the scammers will reply with that with, "You know what? Except today. Today's the only exception. We'll give you a giveaway. Here it is." And it's a scam. Even trickier, though, that you really had to watch out for was that some scammers were able to hack into actually verified accounts and then modify the profile picture and the username to look like the person they were pretending to be. So this example is the Monster Jobs Twitter account, and you can see the handle is still the same because if you change the handle, you lose the verified badge, but they changed the profile picture and the username to Elon Musk, and then they replied with a fake scam giveaway. And if you had not looked at the username, you would have thought, "Oh my gosh, Elon Musk is doing a giveaway." And a similar thing happened to another account where they were impersonating the Bittrex exchange account. So they had another one, they changed the profile picture and username to be that and replied with scam. And in other instances, it was even worse, where legitimate high-profile verified accounts were hacked, such as the Target Twitter account. Yes, the actual Target account was hacked. They sent out a fake tweet with a giveaway, and then on top of that, the scammers promoted that tweet. They paid to promote that fake Target tweet to everyone, and it was actually from the Target account, so people probably believed it. And not only that, the same exact thing happened to the official G Suite account from Google. They did the same thing. They tweeted out, "Hey, we're doing a giveaway," and then promoted it so even more people saw it. So needless to say, if you ever see a giveaway of some sort of cryptocurrency on the internet, be extremely...
If you ever buy anything from Apple, you should use Wikibuy. It's a browser extension that automatically compares Amazon's prices to other sellers. to see if there's a better price out there. It includes tax and shipping in that price, so you know you're really getting a great deal. Plus, it's totally free. So do yourself and your wallet